Reed. I'm going to do a quick presentation on a disease called epidermolysis bullosus simplex. It's a hereditary disease that causes skin blistering. It does not discriminate whether you're male, female, your income, your race, it doesn't care. U.S. Library of Medicine states there are 4 types. EB simplex is the mildest form. It affects every stage of life and everything a person comes in contact with. I will show you how, with adaptation, it is possible for those with EBS to live somewhat of a normal life. I've got a poster here. It shows where the problem occurs in the skin layers. The Stanford School of Medicine actually found that the keratin protein formation in the epidermis during skin production is defective. This being the top layer of skin, the dead cells, this is the stratus corneum where the problem is. This keratin here gives this layer its toughness. Without it, the skin layers break apart, cause blistering, and skin tears. Okay, the skin, the mucous membranes of the mouth, the throat, the lungs, vocal cords, sometimes the internal organs are also affected. Infants are usually born with no skin on their ankles, over bony prominences, sometimes on their nose, face, other places. Blisters are, they get blisters in their mouth from sucking, so if you make the nipples larger, it's easier for them to suck. However, they take in more air, they get colicky. That's another issue. They get hoarse, husky, cry from damaged membranes in the throat. Toddlers, disposable diapers, plastics, and elastics cause friction, rubbing, blisters, chafing. Clothing, harsh materials cause damage to the skin. Button snaps, all those things damage the skin. The equipment and supplies actually need to be padded. No friction against anything. A lot of lamb's wool is used. Crawling, they get blistered hands, feet, knees, elbows. Thumb sucking, they get blisters on their fingers, around their mouth. And warm weather causes friction and overheating between their skin and their clothing layers. So they have to be very careful. Age 4 through kindergarten, they need extra protein and calories starting at this age, actually younger than this, but this is an important age, for wound healing and immunity. Daycare, that's an important issue. Nobody wants to take care of these kids. They take a lot of work. Skin care includes bathing, soaking, removing scabs, draining blisters, putting on antibiotics, and wrapping them up. No tape can be used on the skin. Kindergarten through elementary, there's a huge adjustment period. These children usually have no friends. They're isolated. They're exposed to a lot of germs they never have been. When they write, color, or cut, they get blistered hands. Other students are afraid to catch blisters. They stay away from these kids. They tease these kids. Their physical activity is very limited. They can't do gym class. They usually aren't able to swim because they won't let them in the pools, and no overnights. Slippers or socks are often the only thing these kids can wear to school because they can't wear shoes. Middle school, you have a change with the puberty and the body image. So sometimes behavior problems occur because they want you to look at that and not their skin. They avoid swimsuits, parties, overnights. They don't want to wear the comfortable clothing. They want to wear what's popular. Sports is usually popular in this age group. Not an option for these kids. Again, swimming good, but usually not allowed. High school, relationship and careers. It's very hard to have a relationship and meet others. Very unnerving when you have blisters. You're very unpopular. Careers, you can't have any aggressive, anything physically hard, no physical labor. Careers have to be flexible. You got to be able to take a lot of position changes. Temperature needs to be controlled where you work. A lot less physical demands than most people do on their jobs. Adults, all activity causes some degree of damage. Everyone is different. Emotionally, there's a lot of depression, loneliness. They usually have hobbies that they don't need anyone else to do. Finding a mate and having children is a problem. 50-50 chance that someone that has this disease is going to have a child with this disease. And if the child doesn't have the disease, they are a carrier, so their children can have the disease. There's been a lot of studies by the Deborah Foundation. They do genetic testing, but it's not very widely available, so it's usually not done. In summary, there is no cure, but this disease can be managed. Prevention is the key. You got to prevent skin damage, infection, and scarring. There's adaptation in all forms of their life. There's support group Deborah. They do all the research, teaching, and testing and assistance. 10 years ago, there was no information on this disease. Now, because of Deborah, much information is available. I have learned a lot about this disease and hope you have too. To end this presentation, just to let you know, I am living proof that someone with EB can live a normal life, or somewhat normal, with blisters because I have the disease. I have time for a couple questions.
Where can someone find out more information on this disease and its research?
Deborah would be the place I would send you, and at the back of the room I have a poster with that information on it, so see me afterwards.
And one more, are people with EBS eligible for disability?
It varies with each person. Each person has different abilities, so that's something you can apply and check into. And that's it. I have to close now. Thank you for coming.